Chrissy with Shop Runway Couture here.
This is Unïx.
You are now tuned in
To HLX Magazine.
Where local
is the new mainstream.
Let's talk about Baltimore. Let's do that. Yeah. What do you say? Come on, let's go talk about Baltimore. Let's improv here. You see. How do you feel about that?
Wait, you want me to say what I feel too?
Why not?
Oh God.
Don't think about it.
I hate talking about stuff like this.
I don't know.
It just brings my energy down. I have to get off social media. It's a buzzkill.
No, but seriously, I deleted the apps. I deleted all the apps for 2 weeks. I haven't been on anything. As the whole situation goes, I don't think it's right that, people are destroying property and stuff. But I will say that if somebody is poking you all day, okay, at some point you're going to respond to that.
Exactly.
And you don't always think about it when you do it, but you're going to respond to it. And I feel like as a race, black people have been pushed and torn up so much, and this is a response to that. And I don't say that we should allow it as a nation. We shouldn't allow it, but we have to understand that people are hurt, and that's what you saying that. And that's a scary thing to me, because it's people are, in their minds, broken property is more important than a life lost. There's so many black people that have died, and that doesn't get covered as much as these fucking riots. You get what I'm saying? The riot is so big, but then when a black guy dies, he's not even on the news until they riot. Until people march, then that person's gonna be on the news. I don't think that that's cool. I really think that that's terrible. So it's let them, I think they deserve to fuck some shit up.
Yeah, so where I stand on it is, I understand that everybody's upset. You have the right to be upset. But you're tearing down your city where you have to live at. Then you're going to be pissed when they don't rebuild the shit. Then what?
Yeah.
Then you're destroying property, but you're stealing hair weave, you in a store stealing all the liquor. What does that have to do with the whole reason y'all riding
That's
for?
what I'm saying, though. What I'm saying is right now there is no plan of attack. I think that people are just upset and they're responding to that emotion. And when you get mad, I think you got to think of it as a smaller situation. If you and your boyfriend are arguing, you get mad sometimes, you do some stupid ass shit. You do some shit that you're not thinking about it, you're just exactly. Think of it as something like that. I feel like I have to break it down to people like that, because I think when you put it in that way, people understand.
Yeah.
When you're mad at somebody, or at this point, it's people are mad at the entire nation. You don't think about what you're gonna do. That's rage. You're mad. You just do stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think right now people are just mad, and they're literally just doing stuff. And then it's also the part where most of us aren't there. We don't know what they're responding to. We don't know.
Right.
Because people are saying that they're calling them niggers, and there were drunk people at that baseball game throwing shit at them, and they're responding to that too.
Right.
It's so many things that are happening that a lot of us don't know about because they're not covering that on the news.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
they're gonna show you what they want to show you.
Yes, that we're all savage beasts.
Rioting, where next block there was 10,000 people who were peacefully protesting.
Right.
But that they covered because that's what the media.
That's what I'm saying, and
It just all makes me sad. It really does. That's why I don't like watching it. I don't like engaging in it on social media. None of that.
Yeah,
I just keep my thoughts to myself.
I try not
and
to,
pray.
but I get so upset when I see so many people being so hateful.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from the few of my Caucasian friends that have stated a lot of racist stuff on social media, there's a lot of black people that say a lot of ignorant stuff too
Yeah.
about the situation. And it's I feel like another thing that pisses me off is the whole bandwagon hipster person. If you don't really believe in sharing love and giving it and all of that stuff, don't post nothing about we should all love each other. I know you. I know that you aren't loving people. So please shut the hell up. That pisses me off. And that's when I be all right, let me get off of Facebook because I'm ready to write something on this status.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a lot. It's really a lot. But another thing with media is it's hard for us to get away from being a target if that's how they portray us.
Right.
If we're only portrayed as savage beasts on the news and on television shows and movies, then that's what they're going to think of us as. So whenever we're coming towards them, whether we're peaceful or not, they're going to take it as a threat because they only know us as an animal. Just like if you were in the woods and you saw a bear, you're not going to think, oh, there's a friendly bear that I can pet. You're going to be like, what the fuck? Let me run away from this bear before it destroys me. So America thinks black people are bears. And, you know, like, they have to destroy that image of us
Right.
before I believe we can go past this issue.
Right.
Because until they stop thinking of us as that, that's all we're going to be.
It's part of, we have to help create that image though.
Yeah,
Rioting doesn't help
that's very true.
from that image.
That's very true.
I get they're coming out in anger, but after you're angry, you have to take a step back and to get organized.
Yeah.
Right.
We want to attack it this way.
Yeah.
Because if I come at you throwing bricks, if I've never seen a black person before, and all I hear is these stories,
Right.
and then I see them throwing and breaking shit on the internet,
Right.
I'm going to believe that that's who they are.
Because
Yeah.
look at what they're doing.
Like, so, like, we already know.
Be peaceful and calm.
We already know what they view black people as, and then we just go out and then show them that this is exactly what
That's
you
what I'm
think
saying.
about
Like,
us.
I don't think that anybody has the right to blame anybody. Like, everybody is responsible for this situation. Everybody has to change. It's not just black people. It's not just white people. Everybody has to change. Like, black people have to be more responsible of the way they're perceived. If people think you're crazy, don't give them
Prove them wrong.
You know,
Prove them wrong.
Prove them wrong. Me and one of my closest friends, we say this, like, don't ever leave evidence. So, like, because naturally, as a part of our culture, there are certain things that we do that are, I guess, to the American standard, ghetto or whatever. But sometimes we don't have to exploit that. You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to make that our, like, trademark. Because I think that you have to meet them where they are. And if they believe that you are this watermelon eating nigga, and that's all you are, you gotta show up. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta show up to the dining room table,
And it just don't help that.
Yes, you get what I'm saying. You
it
gotta
just
meet
don't help
them
that
where they
social
are.
media runs the world now,
That's
so
very true.
everything has to be posted on Instagram,
But-
put on Facebook, recorded.
But let's talk about it now.
Tool that we could use though.
That is a tool. That is a tool that we can use. But let's also talk about the fact that this conversation is so because it's also like some type of cycle when it comes to cultural appropriation. There are things that we do that make us look like savage beasts. But if white people do it, it's like oh, that shit is cool. Like, now braids are like a part of high fashion. You know, like, nigga, I've been rocking cornrows since 1987. You know, like.
We used to wear cornrows for an interview, and we look at us like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of things, like, or even when it comes to slang, dances, everything. Twerking is so ratchet, blah, blah, blah. But let a regular American woman, I'm going to call them that, twerk down on national television, and it's going to be the new thing. It's going to be a passing fad, and it's going to be fun, and her video is going to go viral, and everybody's going to love it, and they're going to be laughing on Good Morning America, clapping down.
Did you see her
Oh my
twerking?
God!
Oh my goodness.
You know, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but you know, but if it was black people, that shit would be on World Star Hip Hop, and people would be making fun of it, passing it around like, look at this thirsty thought hoe twerking in the club. You know, no, but seriously, like, you know, like, it's hard to say that we have to act differently when they do it. It's
Acceptable.
Yeah, when we do it, it's like, what the fuck? It's encouraged, and when we do it, it's like, please stop. And now we're gonna steal what we don't like you doing and show you how to do it.
And then don't even do the shit right. Like, what the fuck are
You
you
know,
doing,
like,
yo?
I'd be pissed.
Oh my god.
Like, I can't. But it's. I think that I don't even know where the root of that will lie. I really don't. I really don't know where that'll be. I just feel like cultural appropriation is the biggest problem in America right now, because when you okay, say the original person, we can be talking about Indian people, they're being Indian. They're doing Indian stuff, you know? And then some, I don't know, let's make us the bad people. Some black person, you know, goes to India and they're like, oh shit, I like this, and I'm gonna go back to my homeland and be Indian. So they come back to America or even in India and they're being Indian. That's gonna be cooler to everybody else because it's like this person that's clearly not Indian is being Indian, and that is hilarious to me, or that is so incredible. So let's tune into that. And then when you do that, you devalue the root of the whole situation. So once you still, there are pieces of their culture, it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Right.
And they have no value.
I heard this somewhere before. Deja vu is like
Yeah.
what you're saying. I've heard it before somewhere.
Well, this is kind of similar to what they were saying with the whole, like, when they were killing Iggy Azalea about and how she was using black music, but she didn't understand the root of where it came
Yeah,
from.
because
That's probably where I heard it from.
because Azalea Banks, she was pissed off about it, and she put it very simple, like literally at this point, the only thing black people have is their culture. That's all we have right now. I mean, that's all we've had in general since the beginning of, like, African Americans in general, African people being in America. Since the beginning of that, that's all we had was our culture. That's all we had. Those slave hymns, that was the beginning of it. Like, that was all we had was our culture. And then, like, once they take that away from us, we literally have no value. We have nothing. There's no purpose for us. That's called genocide. They're taking us out. And that's why people are hurt. People are hurt. And then it's like, aside from actually slipping away our value, they're literally killing people, you know, like, and then at that point, we're losing people and our value. Like, we're about to be gone. So people are mad. People are responding to all of these things. And I think in order to change that, we all, like you said, we got to calm down, and we all have to communicate and figure out what's the best way to respect one another. What's the best way to coexist in this nation, because nobody's leaving. Like, all of the black people aren't going to pack their bags and just fucking move to Africa, because I'm not moving to Africa. And I promise you that. I would like to go there and travel and stuff, but I'm not moving to Africa, is what I'm saying. So we all have to figure out a way to coexist. I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line of it all.
Yeah.
But nobody can point fingers because we're all wrong. But there are a lot of positive leaders that don't get any play because the way that it's set up now, they can't, like the media, we were talking about that. There's no way that they're going to play some black man saying that
Well, how about we start our own television station?
We have that. We have that. We have that. And there's a lot of leaders that we have our own television station, and we have leaders that are actually leading people via social media because that's all we use nowadays. So, like, there's a lot of people on, like, Tumblr and stuff that are really, you know, trying to explain shit to everybody, but because there's so many channels to watch, everybody's just looking at everything. So
I don't watch nothing, and I'm being completely
not
honest.
TV. I'm just saying in general.
No, I don't watch the news
I don't tune
and
into
nothing like
anything.
that.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But there's so many distractions. It's going to be hard for people to, like, find that voice in the dark and listen to it.